welcome to Sunday. Again, such a privilege and honor to be speaking with you all. We got about 84 people on the call. We're going to get started. Hopefully, I'm going to do this in about 45 minutes, and we're going to just talk about facts, figures, and numbers, just the reality of what's happening in the crypto world, what's happening in the blockchain. So today we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. We're going to be talking about blockchain, and we're going to be talking about a very, very special project that we all want to hear. So let me go ahead and I'm going to jump right into it. Okay. Make sure this is working. Perfect. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about a really, really amazing project, a project that a lot of people don't yet know about, but it's already taking the blockchain world by storm. Today we're going to be talking about Ultron Foundation, the fastest growing layer 1 blockchain in the industry and in the world. And we'll talk a little bit about what it means to be a layer 1, what a crypto is, what a token is. So we're going to cover all of those things. But we're going to jump into it, right into the facts. But first and foremost, it's critically important, whatever new project you start, whatever financial thesis you have, is to do your research, do your due diligence. So everything I'm going to share, go back, research, look it all up. Really, really important. And I'm going to show you all of the different links and everything so you guys can take a look yourselves. Okay, let me move this real quick so you guys can see my screen. There we go. Perfect. So let's talk about the facts. Ultron, fastest growing layer 1 blockchain in the world. So some of the facts, it's taken 30 plus months of development. It took about 2 years before the project was even launched on the mainnet. And now they've been working on it every single day. More and more things are coming. This year is going to be huge. We're already seeing so many great projects and developments that are in the pipeline. So it's the first and only layer 1 blockchain with a native application ecosystem. Critically important, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what that means and what kind of value and why is that so unique in the blockchain world. And it's really one of the biggest components of our growth. Next, it's taken about 40 plus senior developers. So now there might be even 50. So every day they're hiring more and more people, some of the best in the world. The blockchain industry is very, very competitive. It's very, very hard to find really skilled people. We've got developers all around the world, the UK, Uzbekistan, Germany, Poland, everywhere. We've got some of the brightest minds working on it. It's EVM compatible. And what does that mean? That means that with one click, you can bridge from the Ultron Foundation to Polygon, to Ethereum, to Binance, all the major changes. The bridges are completed. So it provides liquidity. You can move from one chain to the next chain. So it's very, very simple. That's already been completed. Like I mentioned, mainnet launched June 1st. So we're not even a year old. This project is very, very new. But what they've accomplished in the first few years, really the first 7-8 months since it's been live, is pretty phenomenal when you look at other projects. Next, we're going to look at the white papers, the light papers, the tokenomics, all done by a Swiss company called Brightnode. Really, really great company. It's done white papers for some of the biggest companies in the world. So let's really quickly take a look. Hopefully this works. Yeah, it's okay. It's working. Fantastic. So first we're going to take a look at the website. So strongly encourage you, take a look at Ultron Foundation, because one of the most important things with any blockchain crypto project, and you'll see there's a lot of them out there, is understanding who are the people behind it. What is the company? Is it a paper company? Is it real? Are they transparent? There's so many things out there that nobody even knows who's behind it. So here, you go to About Us, take a look. You can see the overview, the benefits, the roadmap. We're not going to cover all this. We're going to keep it short and concise, but I just want to show you a little bit about the team. So really important, we've got Shukrat, is the CEO, great guy living in the UK, so he's leading the project. Alex Topal, brilliant guy, he's a PhD in blockchain, very, very smart, he knows everything about the analytics, very, very involved in the project, working 24/7. Then we have Tim in the middle, he's the chief architect, he's one of the chief architects for a project called Phantom. Maybe some of you are familiar with that, it's a really, really great blockchain. I think it's a top 10 in the world. And a lot of our technology, a lot of their technology, is really, it's not reinventing the wheel. They took some of the best out there in the industry, such as Phantom, and they did a fork. So it took 40% of really good code and then added 60% to make it unique and make it stand out, and we'll talk about that. And then we also got Leonard from Devla, a really great guy, and we'll talk about Devla a little bit. And you can see they've got an entire complete graphics team. Software development team is constantly being added, more and more people. Software testing team. Marketing team worked closely with Jacob, and also one of our first ambassadors, Ivana Belikova. She's a celebrity tattoo artist. She's tattooed some of the biggest celebrities in the entire world, like Lil Wayne, and the list goes on. And she's also one of the lead designers for companies such as Louis Vuitton. She's got a huge, massive following, and she's one of the first ambassadors to be spreading the word about Ultron all around the world. So let's go back here. And then next, let's take a quick look at the ecosystem. It's loading very slowly, no problem. So here you can take a look. You can see the Explorer and the Swap. So let's take a quick look. So this is the ULX scan. This is the Block Explorer. So you can see you can check and all of the transactions completely transparent. You can see there's 10 validators, over 3 million blocks, 77,000 plus unique wallets. And there's been over 3 million transactions, and you can see it live every second, every minute. You can see all of the transactions, the smart contracts, all the things that are happening. It's really, truly transparent. So you can see live everything that's happening on the chain, all the liquidity, everything moving. Next, let's take a look at the other applications already completed. And this is the Ultron Swap. So this is our decentralized exchange. You can see already over $9 million total value locked, a market cap of more than $250,000, over $3 billion already circulating. So you can see all the details about the swap here, and the liquidity, the farming, the staking. And I just want to quickly show you about some of the bridges. When I mentioned they're EVM compatible, you can see it's already bridged to Ethereum, to Binance, to Polygon, Avalanche, all of these major exchanges already done. You can see the smart contract. So a lot of companies, a lot of blockchains, they say it's coming, and they need investing, and they need money to create these projects. This is already complete. So these two applications, between the swap and the scan, already complete, and they're native applications that were created by Ultron, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So, and then from here, you can also see, very, very important, the white papers. Hopefully it will load. It was not loading earlier. It's lagging a little bit. But for those of you that really want to understand the technical side, all the details, this is the Bible, the DNA, the blueprint of the company. And I apologize for my internet here. It's very, very slow. There we go. It's lagging. But here, you can see it's 107, there we go, 107 pages. So if you want to see exactly how it works, the problems it's solving, the scaling, you can just knock yourself out. I've read some of this. It's really, really fascinating. But for those of you that don't have the time, or maybe just want to see a brief overview, we've got the light papers, and also we've got the tokenomics. So you can see all of the workings, the architecture of how this project works. Everything's transparent. Like I mentioned, created by a Swiss company called Brightnode. So strongly encourage you, take a look at this website, and you can take a look and see some of the great things that Ultron's created. Next, a really, really unique thing. A lot of blockchains, they launch and they do a traditional business, they ICO. Ultron is different. We're creating an ecosystem, and we're bringing on some of the best partners in the world, such as Ninja Promo. Ninja Promo, you can see here, it's a full-service digital marketing company, and it's lagging. There we go. So it's a digital marketing company, so they do all the digital marketing, full-stack marketing for Ultron, and many, many other really, really prestigious partners. Our next partner, we've got, we talked a little bit about Ivana Tattoo. There we go. Ivana Tattoo, so you can check out her website. And then also we've got Solidity Finance. So Solidity Finance is an audit company. They audit all the transactions on the smart contracts, on the chain. So all the contracts, everything is audited, so everything is transparent. Everything you can see, it's similar to a traditional business. You have companies such as Ernst & Young, and Solidity Finance would be kind of in that realm. We're also bringing on more auditing companies. The transparency, everything is there to create the greatest blockchain ecosystem. Next, we've got Devla. So Devla is a metaverse and NFT development company. It's one of the leading metaverse and NFT companies in the world. It worked on projects such as Decentralized Land, OpenSea, and it's worked on some of the first NFT drops really in the blockchain world. And they joined with Ultron because I was talking with the owner, Leonard, amazing guy, German guy. We've got, I think, 4 offices, over 100 employees, and they're working on some of the most incredible and really innovative technologies in the metaverse. Right now, they're working on some AI integration, which is really, really cool. And they're going to be building that out for us already. They're already working on that, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of what they've already started working on. So here's a little sneak peek of our metaverse that's already been, a lot of it's already been done. I think most of it's already been created. And right now, one of the first partners we're bringing on board is the football manager. So you'll be able to buy, sell, trade, play football. It's almost like FIFA 2023 graphics. Really, really cool. So let's take a look at this football. Pretty cool. So that is a little sneak peek of what they've been working on. So we're very, very excited for that to be coming, and really the first sneak peek. Some of the first users and applications are going to be part of this ecosystem. So you're all in for a treat, and that's coming in the next little while. And then last but not least, you can see here up top, we have Mavi Global. Mavi Global is an affiliate marketing agency, and that's who I'm working with. So what are we? We are the education and the marketing arm of Ultron. So we didn't create the products. We don't custody any of the products. We are basically a pass-through, similar to like Amazon. So we are out there. We're just distributing this incredible product. We're educating on crypto and blockchain and helping people understand and take an opportunity to look at this incredible project. So let's see what Ultron has already completed in terms of project. So the decentralized exchange application already completed. So we took a look at that at the Ultron swap. I showed you that a little bit earlier. The block explorer, the ULX scan, already done. We took a look at that so you can see all the transactions. Layer 1 completed. And we'll talk a little more what a layer 1 is. Farming and staking done. Next coming, and you saw a little sneak peek, the metaverse. Really, really excited about that. One of the biggest projects in Web 3.0. A lot of people are looking forward to is the metaverse and gaming. Like I mentioned, the football manager will be one of the first games coming on board. Also working with the biggest crypto lottery. It's over $1 million a day lottery. It's coming on board as well. So that's very, very exciting. We've also got NFTs. I think Ivana was one of the first to launch an NFT. A lot of that's already been completed. Borrowing, lending is in the queue. And also the launch pad. So lots and lots of new projects coming. And it's pretty impressive for how young the company is. So next, let's take a look. Where can you find Ultron Foundation? Like I mentioned, documentation, transparency, edification is key. So you'll see it's listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, DeFi Llama. You can trade and swap on PancakeSwap, Uniswap. It's on the watch list for Coinbase, Crypto.com. Already connected to OpenSea, Chainlist, and I'll go through all these sites. You can take a look. Already can connect to MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and also on the watch list for the biggest exchange company, Binance. So let's take a quick look. There we go. First, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. Perfect. There we go. Apologize, little delay. So if you can see here up at the top, there's over now 22,371 cryptocurrency, digital cryptos in the world of the blockchain. That is a lot. And you can see here we got Ultron is already listed, so you can come take a look. You want to track everything. Everything is there already. So out of 22,000 cryptos, Ultron's kind of the new kid on the block. Next, let's take a look at the biggest exchange in the United States, Coinbase. So Coinbase, just a few months ago, started tracking the watch list, put Ultron on the watch list. Really, really exciting for us, even though we're not quite yet on the exchange. They already noticed what was been created, all the momentum that's already happened, and they're taking a look and they're watching and they're monitoring what Ultron is doing. Next, we probably all have heard of Crypto.com. Also got it on the watch list, on the price list. Very, very exciting. So you can see there, they're tracking it. Really, really big exchange. Really, really exciting. So one day we'll be there as well. And then last but not least, you've got kind of the creme de la creme, the Champions League, Super Bowl of all exchanges, probably everyone's familiar with, is Binance. So we've got Binance it's got Ultron on the watch list. A really, really interesting point too is Ultron Foundation didn't go to all of these exchanges and ask them to be placed on the watch list. These major exchanges, their job is to understand what's happening in the crypto world. And they saw what Ultron did in the very, very beginning, like I mentioned, the fastest growing layer 1 compared to Binance, compared to Ethereum. When those companies and blockchains first started, Ultron's already in the first 7 months has seen bigger growth than all of those companies. So naturally, Binance took notice, and they themselves not only are watching the coin and for their customers, also there's a guide on how to buy Ultron. So there's a guide that they posted how to buy it on other exchanges, which is really, really incredible. They did this themselves, so you can see here. If you're curious how to just buy and trade on an open exchange, they've got an entire guide on how to do that. Okay, and then next, Chainless. Wait for the lag. There we go. So Chainless. So Chainless. This is the code. So you want to be connected to the Trust Wallet, to your MetaMask. Again, if you see a project or somebody introduces you to any kind of blockchain, they say they've got a layer 1. If it's not on Chainlist, if it's not on CoinMarketCap, I'd be very, very skeptical if that is a real project or if it's even done. So you can see Ultron is already listed, and you can connect here. You get all the details, so you can connect your wallet. So everything has already been completed. But now let's come back to the presentation. There we go. So let's just take a quick look. I'm going to hide this screen so you guys can see. There we go. Voila. So crypto market. So what's been happening in the last little while for the crypto market? Just like everything in financial markets, just like everything in real estate, everything really in life, like nature, the human body, everything goes in different cycles. So you can see some of the different cycles since 2011, and also you can see the total market cap. Pretty incredible. So you can see all of the different bull runs, and then the bear market, and then the correction. See another run and a correction. So what's important to understand on this slide is right here. We are here. We are what they call in a crypto winter. It's a pretty significant bear market right now. But the important thing is the major blockchains, the major companies, really in any kind of cycle, the companies that when things are really volatile, when other companies are crashing, when things are really uncertain, that is the best time. And those companies that are building the ecosystem during that time are the huge winners right before the next bull runs. And we see here, you can see just by the nature of the cycles, and the next bull run is going to be coming sooner or later. Again, we're just going to be talking facts, but it's pretty clear and evident. The next bull run is going to be the biggest bull run we've seen yet, and it's very exciting. So, even like Warren Buffett says, when there's fear in the streets, when there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy, especially in crypto. When they say buy the dip, we are in a serious dip. We are in a big hole. But this is the greatest time to build an ecosystem, to get prepared for once the next bull run comes, kind of high tides, raise all ships. But that next run, all the major real companies, at this moment, they're either going to be crashing right now, which you're seeing that a lot of companies are crashing. A lot of companies are doing tons of layoffs. But those that are surviving and those that are building during this time, they're going to be the huge winners in terms of the next cycle. The next cycle was going to be huge. And right now, I think it's 2021, it was $3 trillion coin market cap. And there's a lot of estimates saying that the next one will be 40 trillion. I mean, that's going to be a massive. It's going to be one of the biggest financial movements really in human history. So let's talk a little bit more about Ultron, the biggest crypto revolution. So let's talk about crypto and blockchain. Keep it really simple. I'm simple. I'm not a blockchain expert. But it's important to understand. So as we saw in CoinMarketCap a little bit earlier, there's over 22,000, and this slide is already outdated because there's new cryptos coming. Every time I do a presentation, there's 2 or 3 or 4 new cryptos on the market. So, there we go. So there's many cryptos on the market. And so with that being said, most of those cryptos, most of those digital currencies are considered what we call tokens. And in this example, we're going to use our imagination to say that 22,000 plus tokens are like cars. Some are fast, some carry things, some maybe carry money, some carry information. So all of these are different applications. They have different kind of information, and there's lots and lots of different tokens. And in reality, to make a token in a smart contract, if you have a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of finances, you can make a token in a couple hours. So it's not very complicated. I really compare like making a website. Like right now, you could go on, make a website in a couple hours, pretty simple. But out of those 22,000 tokens, out of those 22,000 cryptos, there's only now 100, it's a little outdated, it's about 166, I believe, layer one blockchains. Really important to understand. So if you got a car, it needs to drive on a road. And that is what a layer one is. It is the road. So if you want to go from point A to point B, you need to be on some kind of a platform. And out of all the 22,000, there's only 163 layer one platforms. And that being said, let's talk a little bit about Ultron and why it's unique and why it's going to add a lot of value to the blockchain and why it's so innovative. So Ultron is not only a token, a crypto, it's not only a layer one blockchain, meaning a road, it's also building its own layer one with its own native applications. So basically you would imagine like houses, buildings. So if you imagine you've got a road in the desert where there's not much happening and there's not usually a lot of traffic where people got to go and build their own things. So with that being said, now you compare it to like a city where there's places you can stop. There's different kind of applications, different kind of utilities. And that is exactly what Ultron's created. It's building its own native application. So what the company did is when they started, they said, what is going to be some of the major uses, major functions in Web 3.0? And they created like decentralized exchange where people can trade and swap. Metaverse where people can do many, many things, such as sell and buy in NFTs, and also gaming is very, very big. And then also lottery and a lot of these functions. So they looked and they first started with some of the major uses that will be coming on Web 3.0 and started creating their own applications. And we're going to take a look at why is that important and why does it matter. And really this is the overall mission of Ultron and what makes them very, very unique. Okay, let's see if this pops up. Perfect. So that being said, let's take a quick look at this website. It's called DeFi Llama. So DeFi Llama is the premier website. It's kind of like if you're looking at football, it ranks all of the different major layer one blockchains. So again, if somebody says, hey, I've got this great project, or take a look at this, if they're saying it's a layer one, and if it's not on DeFi Llama, then it probably is not a real thing. So you can see here, out of all the 22,000 different cryptos, there's only 165 layer one blockchains. So I would say a majority of the cryptos are just tokens. Very, very few are layer one. So again, if I go back to my example of websites or the internet, token would be like a website, and layer one would be more like a search engine, like a Google, like a real software company, like Apple, Amazon, real company with real software, real development. And these kind of things take many, many years, and they take millions and millions of dollars to develop. So they're hard to copy, they're hard to duplicate, and really, really hard to create. So let's take a quick look at some of the leaders of the layer one blockchain world. Let's go to the top. There we go. Okay, wait for it to catch up. There we go. So you can see here at the very top spot, we've got the king of blockchain. We've got Ethereum. Everybody knows about Ethereum. Number 2, Binance, Tron, Avalanche. And I mentioned Phantoms, which a lot of our code is based on. So out of all of these layer one blockchains, let's take a look and see where Ultron lands. There we are. So you can see here, today we're going to be talking about Ultron. It's already ranked number 14 in the entire world of blockchain. In only 7 short months, it's now cracked the top 15. And some days I've even seen it goes as high as number 12. It's right there next to a huge and really, really strong company called Solana. So we are right in there just after a very, very short time. That's what I'm saying. All of the numbers showing that Ultron is the fastest growing layer one, growing all the way to number 15, like I said, even before 1 year anniversary. So let's take a quick look about applications. So here you can see, make sure it lag, there we go, protocols. So protocols basically mean different applications. You see Ethereum has 644 protocol applications. Binance, hundreds of ones. So sometimes you may hear, I've got this token or this project running on the Binance Smart Chain or on Avalanche or on Polygon. I'm building on Solana. And that's what it means, is all of these different applications. So let's just take a quick look at Ethereum. So you can see here, clicking on Ethereum, you'll be able to see all the different applications that run on top of Ethereum. But what's one important thing to understand? If you wanted the full ecosystem value and the equity of the entire project, of everything that's on top of Ethereum, you would need 644 different tokens. Not only is that confusing, especially for somebody that may be brand new and just wants to enter the blockchain world and add some crypto to their portfolio. There's so many different projects, and if you wanted to have the complete value of your Ethereum, you would have to have 644 of these individual applications have their token in your wallet. So if you think of your wallet, different currencies, different fiat currencies, your wallet would have to have 600 different dollar bills or, francs or whatever, yen, all the different ones. You have the value of the entire ecosystem. Really confusing, and it's kind of the old way of doing things. So let's take a quick look back at Ultron. So that's one of the most important parts that Ultron really solved in the foresight, is they realized, let's keep it simple, and we want to have blockchain and crypto available for everybody every day, just the normal person, the grandma, the grandpas, people that really don't understand crypto. Keep it very simple, and you can see Ultron already has 2 applications done, and there are native applications, meaning that to have the value of the entire ecosystem, you don't need to hold 644 plus different cryptos. You would just need to have one, and that's the ULX. That is pretty incredible, and that is one of the major functions they're solving, is to create a very user-friendly platform, and also that you only have to hold one coin, which is ULX, to have the value of all the different applications that are building. So can you imagine that, if you had an Ethereum, you would need to have a little token for each house. So whenever there's a transaction, you would need a token for this house and this house to have a full value. With Ultron, they've solved that problem. All you need is ULX, because all of these applications are going to be running on the ULX coin, meaning that all the functions are going to be using ULX. And also really important, this way, it creates a very, very sophisticated and very revolutionary burning mechanism. And what is burning? Burning is a deflationary mechanism. So as more and more coins are released into the market, it becomes saturated. So you need a mechanism to deflate and lower the circulation of those coins. So with every transaction that's running on ULX, which is going to be all the applications, a pretty significant portion of that revenue is not going to go to the company. It's going to go to the open market, buy ULX, and burn it. And basically, burn it is, it's going to be a one-way wallet where you can only put coins in and you can never take them out. And that's going to remove more and more coins out of the market. The more and more applications, the more and more users are coming on using the ULX, because the native token is going to be burning more and more, and eventually, the idea is to have more coins being burned and coins being released in circulation, and that is what creates value, and that's what creates scarcity. So then, if there's less and less coins, then the ones you're holding become much, much more valuable. And as the ecosystem grows, as we got more and more people moving onto the platform and adding a lot of value, and it's like real estate. If you buy a house, you got amazing, new stores, new different functions, great new buildings. The property value of your home goes up and up and up, and that is basically the same concept here, is building an ecosystem of the native applications. So you can see some of the difference between some of the other incredible blockchains, some really great technology like Ethereum, like Binance, Solana, all great platforms, all doing very, very well. But what's unique, none of them have their own native application. So to have value of the entire ecosystem, you would need to have a token of all the applications that run on top of those chains. And this is why Ultron's very different. And this is why the world of blockchain is taking notice. So Ultron is creating its own native applications. And right now we've got 2 done, and they're working on about 20 more plus. And I think by the end of, we'll see a graph, their goal is to have over 100 more applications. Again, this is just a baby. So if you look at a human, Ultron is just barely starting to crawl. It has not even come close to its potential. But what it's done in the first 7 months is pretty phenomenal. It's Solana, Polkadot. For many years, they just had the layer 1. There was nothing new. And Ultron came out of the gates, not only a layer 1, but also already has 2 applications done. And this creates a really, really interesting dynamic. So let's talk a little bit about the product. So what is the product? It's called the Staking Hub NFT. An NFT is basically a non-fungible token. It's a smart contract. It's transparent, and it proves digital ownership. So it can be a monkey photo. It could be a video. It could be a contract between lawyers. It can be an insurance policy. It can be identification. All these NFT just stands for digital smart contracts. And this is the way that our product's created. And the purpose of this product, it's a coin distribution method. So one thing also to mention, that Ultron is a proof of stake. So that's the next innovation generation of blockchain. All the blockchains started with proof of work, where you needed computers to mine, to solve algorithms, to put a block on the chain, and then once you put the block, you're rewarded with that coin. So that, and over a while, that was a great business model. I mean, a lot of people were very, very successful. But now that, especially as the blockchain gets bigger and bigger, you need huge facilities, multi-millions of dollars of software and servers and computers, and they get outdated quickly. And it takes a lot of energy, electricity, and simply it's not even economical and doesn't even make financial sense at this point. So the next generation is called proof of stake, is when all of the coins, all the blocks are already completed and already done. So Ultron's created about 50 billion coins, and now this is the way to distribute. You can go on the exchange, just like you're buying Bitcoin or Ethereum, and just buy it, which a lot of people are doing. Or you can create this incredible, basically digital software mechanism. So no matter, depending on what the price of the coin is, so in this example, if you buy a $500 product, a $500 hub, it'll look at the market price, and then it will collect that amount of coins, put it into your personal hub, your little node, onto the Ultron blockchain. And by doing that, it's going to give you rewards, and we're going to be talking about that. And there's multiple different NFTs, different products, depending on what you're interested in. So we've got everything from 300, 500 to 1,500. So once you get into this level, there's an additional perk, an additional advantage for you, as opposed if you were going to buy the coins off the exchange. 1,500, you get 10% more coins. Or you can think of it as a discount. So if the dollar, if the price of ULX is $1, you'd be really buying it for 90 cents. Or in this case, you're just getting 10% more, whichever way you want to think about it. Next, at 5,000, it's 15% more ULX. So basically getting free coin. And then 12,500, you're looking at 20% more. The 30,000 all the way to 300,000 also get 20% more ULX coins. So let's talk about the operation and mechanism of this distribution NFT. So really, really incredible product. So it's a 5-year daily passive rewards in ULX. The very first year when you buy your hub, you have 365 days of getting 0.2% every single day of mining rewards of ULX. So it doesn't matter if it's a weekend, a holiday, this doesn't sleep technology. Every single day you're going to get 0.2%. And it's pretty incredible. The second year, it halves to 0.1, third year, 0.05, fourth year, 0.025, and so forth. And by the end of the 5th year, the contract expires, the product is done, it releases all the coins, your base stake, and all of your rewards, and you can do what you like. But we also have an opportunity, 2 different ways that this product works. You can have auto stake on, which means the rewards you make every day go back into the hub, and then every day they start to compound. So that way, if you're not cashing them out, you just let it work. Just live your life, let the machine work. It's going to be compounding. Or absolutely, it's your product. You can do whatever you like. You can take auto stake off, meaning you'd like to collect the rewards every single day. Put them in your own wallet, exchange it immediately, or hold it. You can do whatever you like. And you can just cash out those daily rewards as you see fit. So, and again, it's up to 20% extra coin if you buy some of the bigger packages. So all of this is what makes it really unique, and this is a proprietary product that is being distributed through Mavi. And a really great thing is Mavi does not custody the products. All we are is a pass-through. Everything is on the blockchain, which you will have in your back office. You'll be able to see how the product works, all of your rewards, and we just show the display. So let's take a quick look of the mechanism. Okay. So in this example, if you were to purchase a $5,000 hub, and the market price is about 10 cents, you would get the 10 cents price plus an extra 15% more stake 57,500 ULX are locked up in your hub, and now the machine starts to work. You've got your auto stake on, means you're compounding the daily rewards. You got 0.2%, that's about 6% monthly in new ULX every single day. So after about 1 year, you're looking at 115,000 ULX. That's an increase of 100%. So the value, not the value, but the amount of your coins is about double. And after 2 years, you're plus 190%. So it's almost 3x of your initial base stake. Next, absolutely have the option to do auto stake off. If you do auto stake off, then 0.1% is going to be released for your available wallet. And then from there, there's also a dollar cap. We don't need to have a training on that. But there's a dollar cap. With that being said, if you got your auto stake off, you get the 0.1%, so it's about 3% in ULX that are being released. After 1 year, you're looking at 36% extra, so that's 78,200 that you've collected. Then after 2 years, you're looking at about 88,500, so it's plus 54%. So on top of, you started with 57,000, so you got an extra, 31,000 extra coin. Really, really interesting. So next, let's take a look at this example. Say I got my auto stake on after the second year. I've got 167,000 ULX. So if the price of the ULX stays exactly the same, this hub would be a value of about 17,000. Not bad, so about 3x. So that is if it just stays flat, doesn't go up, doesn't go down, just completely neutral. Look at that, say it goes 5x, it goes to 50 cents in 2 years. Then the value of those coins inside the hub would be $84,000, so you're looking at 17x. And last but not least, hypothetical example, say the price in the next 2 years goes to $10. So in this case, it would be the value of the coins inside your hub would be worth 1.67 million. So that is 334x return and rewards. That is pretty incredible. That's what I always mention to people, that it's almost like a time machine. If you had an ability to go back at Ethereum, which we'll talk about, you go back to Ethereum, would it be better if you were to buy and hold Ethereum, which would be a great idea, or if you had an opportunity, a product like this, that you would lock up Ethereum and then every single day it's creating more Ethereum. I would much rather have that, have it create Ethereum, wait for the bull run, wait for the market to do what it does, and then have even extra coins. So this is exactly what the product does. So let's take a quick look at the roadmap. We'll go through this quickly. So June 2022, the bridge is completed. I mentioned that, the EVM compatibility. So it's already bridged to all the major platforms, especially Binance. So you can move liquidity. It's already completed. The ULX scan, we looked at that, completed. Layer 1, done, completed. Farming, staking, the ultron swap we also took a look at is also completed. We saw CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Chainlist, DeFi Llama already listed. You can already trade. People on the open market, retail market, can trade and swap on Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Some of the next projects already in the queue and being worked on is lending and borrowing. That'll be huge. It's really going to be a great opportunity for people to get to real, from centralized banking to true DeFi. And also, I believe a lot of the people in the world that are unbanked, that don't have their money in banks, you're going to see a huge flood of liquidity, I believe, coming onto blockchains, because people really, really are waiting for a true DeFi. Next, we got Ivana for NFT, Lotto Day. Lotto Day is pretty incredible. I saw a lot of the codes already done and been tested, so that's very, very exciting. Launchpad, the Metaverse, we saw a little bit of sneak peek of the Metaverse to come. Also looking to have it listed on SpookySwap, Trader Joe, KuCoin, and then finally, when we're ready, when Ultron 3 Foundation feels they're ready, we have enough applications, we've got a good enough user base and ecosystem, then we go to the greatest and the biggest creme de la creme of all exchanges, number one in the US, Coinbase, and number one in the world, Binance. So that is the target. And meanwhile, as all these projects are being completed, more applications, more users, more wallets, more transactions, these are all going to be running on ULX, and it's going to be an inferno of burning. So the more and more traffic is going to burn more and more. By the time you get to Binance, Coinbase, you are going to have a really, really strong, very valuable stable coin, we believe. So some of the ways we believe that Ultron, believes their strategy to get to the $10 mark and beyond, again, just for this example, is to have a 15-plus native application. Also, there's going to be developer incentive program to also bring other developers and people to build on top of the chain. Hoping to get about 100 plus decentralized exchanges, and really the key number is building the ecosystem. So any project, anything even like Google, hopefully my internet's okay. Any project like Google, whatever, you need users. YouTube, they need users. That's what creates the value. Facebook would be nothing without users. So our goal is to really build an ecosystem of users, and really how simple this is and user-friendly Ultron is. With about 8 clicks, you can swap on their swap. It's very, very simple. And also, like I mentioned, if you wanted to buy Ethereum, there's 22,000 different cryptos. Very, very confusing. We can offer them one coin that covers an entire ecosystem. So it's very simple, very easy project to tell people and have them understand. So let's take a quick look at what's been happening in the world of blockchains. So can you afford to miss it again? So here's a little overview of some of the major layer one blockchains. So I don't know about you guys. I definitely didn't even know about Ethereum when it started. You know, I didn't really understand crypto many years ago. But say you had a time machine and we went back in time and you bought 0.3 cents Ethereum. And then you sold at the all-time high of close to $5,000. You're looking at 16,000%. Yes, 16,000% return. And that's why you see with a lot of these crypto millionaires, what do? They bought it and they held. So if you were to buy $10,000 worth of Ethereum at the lowest price, the initial price, and sold high, that would be worth about $80 million. Next, you got companies like Binance. If you came in and bought at 2 cents at the initial price offering, sold at 688, you're looking at 3,000x return. That's pretty incredible. So if you were to put in about $10,000 into Binance when it first launched, you'd be looking at over $18 million in the value of those coins. And again, you got Solano, a major company like Solano, over 1,000% return. Phantom, which our product is based off of a lot, about 346%. Even Harmony started as 0.003 cents at 37 cents high. You're looking at X 123. Again, what do all of these have in common? Again, you saw there's 22,000 plus different cryptos. And a lot of them are just pump and dump, and they're just not real. They're just garbage, hype-inflated token smart contracts. There's nothing behind them. This difference is these are real layer one technologies, real layer one platforms. And this is why you see the growth, the consistent, stable growth, especially at the beginning when a new project launches is really when the exponential growth comes, and then it will correct itself, and then it's much, much less growth. It's still very good, but just stable. And this is where Ultron. So we're the new kids on the block. Again, many of these companies have been around many, many years. We're not even a year old. Ultron started at 0.01. What will be the all-time high in the next bull run? Nobody knows, not even going to guess. What could be the return? If we see anything, what history tells us about what the other layer one blockchains have done in the past at their all-time highs, and we know that Ultron even has a even greater usage and a greater utility compared to some of these other companies, and with the proof of stake, it's already at the next generation. So we're positioned very, very well right now in the bear market for some pretty incredible results. So why Ultron? Why now? Again, I mentioned in blockchain, timing is everything. We all missed that first major run of these major blockchains. So this is June 1st is when it launched, so it's not even a year old. And then with the product, with the hub, you get daily passive rewards for 5 years. I mean, there's other projects like Ethereum, you can stake in other coins. And a lot of them, they'll lock it up for many years, and you might get an APR once a year. It's here, we're going to do it every single day, and it's going to create more and more coin rewards for you. The deflationary burning mechanism. This is a really, really important part of the ecosystem, is the deflationary burning mechanism. You saw that I mentioned that everything is running on ULX. So you see Ethereum's got 600 different tokens. So they have a different mechanism. Ours, everything will be ULX. Every transaction, every fee is going to, a big portion of it is going to buy and burn the coin. That's going to drive the deflation, and that's going to be really, really powerful as it grows. The mechanism is just going to get hotter and hotter. So that's really, really important to understand. Some of the goals for 2024 is to get to a 1 billion total value lock. So we're right around, I think it was about 270 million. So we're about 1/4 of the way there. Have about 100 plus different applications and 5 million users. And we've already got, close to 300,000 users. So we're getting well on our way there in a very, very short time. Also, world top 20 layer one product. We started on Deep Llama, so currently it's ranked number 14, sometimes 12, kind of comes up and down, but also it's been staying at the top 15 for quite a while. Also partnerships with the biggest NFT and metaverse development company, Devla. We saw a little sneak peek of their metaverse, so really, really excited about some of the things they're creating. Some of the stuff Leonard was talking about, I don't even understand it, but it's going to be really, really cool. Next, the fastest growing layer one blockchain in the world. So you saw, and especially, not only is it the fastest, But if you've had right now about 100,000 at the beginning of last year in the crypto market, your wallet from 100,000, you'd be looking at about maybe 10, 20,000 left. Most companies are going down 7x, 8x right now. We're in a really bad bear market. So, crypto winter is very, very normal. And during this time, some companies are just completely even crashing. We know some of these examples. But while everyone's down 7 and 8x, Ultron is up 8x, up in the green. So that's really, really important. And the best advertising you can have for any project is the price of the coin going up and being stable. So during the bear market, when everything is crashing, Ultron is up 8x. It's been in continuous growth. So let's finish here. So this is a great image, great slide to kind of understand the timing and the positioning of what's happening in the blockchain space. So here says, can you afford to miss it again? So 99% of the planet, completely missed the first offering, the first big wave of some of these technologies. And so really that's why I think of Ultron and this product is really like a time machine. It's having an opportunity to, now that we have a little bit more information and look in hindsight what some of these other major blockchains have done, is be in there first, because you can only be first one time before the next run, and then it's much less exponential expansion. So right now, if you've got about 300 of Binance, in the next bull run, it goes to 2.1K in this example. You're looking at about a 7x return. Really, really great. Still great project. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin more or less, kind of goes up and down, but it's more or less, it's an example, say 20,000. If it goes to 250K, some predict much higher, but conservatively it's say 250K the next bull run. You're looking at about 12x returns. Still really great project. Still very, very valuable. Next, you got Ethereum, 1,500 more or less if you're buying right now, and it goes up to 25,000. You're looking at 16x. Still really great. That's why people are still really high on Ethereum, but it's been around quite a while. So let's take a look at Ultron. Again, Ultron, very similar, same league of technologies as these. And if you were to buy on the exchange, just a normal person, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and you're buying at 10 cents, more or less, we're about 8 cents right now. And then the next bear run or bull run, if it goes up to $10, you're looking at, if you were just to buy off the exchange, looking at 100x return on your rewards of value. Really, really incredible. But what's even more incredible, if you have one of those staking hubs that we just talked about, so it's compounding and it's actually creating more ULX, you'd have 336x return in the staking hub. And that is the difference. And what's important to understand is all of these companies already had their major run, and Ultron is just positioned. Like I said, it's just the baby. By the time the next bull run comes, they'll be sprinting. And that is the major timing, is why it's so critically important. That's why there's not going to be a lot of other blockchain projects unless they're new to see these kind of growths, to seeing the 16,000x and things like that Ethereum did. Those days for those companies are pretty much done. But here we have an opportunity and timing with a brand new project that's really taking the crypto world by storm. So last but not least, you can take a look at the Ultron Telegram. It's a great resource for people. If you want to learn more about their project, learn more, see the communications coming from them. There's also got a great YouTube that they're adding lots of videos so you can see exactly what they're doing and things like that. So let me do that. All right. So with that being said, I really, really appreciate everybody. 4 minutes over. Thought I'd do 45 minutes. So that's Ultron. So hopefully that's helpful, giving you the facts and figures and just numbers. So I really encourage you to do some research, check out some of those websites, talk to some people that may be familiar with crypto. It's very interesting. The more people that I've talked to, I've had some great crypto expert friends, just to have them take a look. Most of them end up coming in because this is really, really powerful, unique product and project. So that being said, thank you all so much for joining me this Sunday. And it's a really big pleasure and honor. You guys could be doing anything else in the world right now. If you took time, hopefully that added some value to you guys. And I wish you a lovely night and enjoy your day. Thank you guys.